What, you kept them all? You have a whole closet full. Why?
I have a lot of friends, and I like to keep them.
It's sort of the first opportunity I've been given to star in a romantic comedy and get to actually sort of step up my game a little bit, which was really exciting and terrifying. And hopefully people will think it's funny. Wouldn't that just be so sad? People are like, wow, that Katherine Heigl should not do comedy. She's not funny.
27 Dresses was an absolute blast to make because Ann Fletcher, the director, and the cast were all such funny, good people that I'm glad I had the experience.
For a while, I was destined to always be in a ridiculous costume, but this was good just to sort of, you know, be like a contemporary guy, sort of cynical guy who's, you know, sparring with words back and forth with Katherine Heigl's character.
How very refreshing, a man who doesn't believe in marriage.
I'm just trying to point out the hypocrisy of the spectacle.
Oh, that's so noble of you. Do you also go around telling small children that Santa Claus doesn't exist?
I've only been a bridesmaid in 2 weddings, and one was a long time ago for a good friend that has now been married for 8 years, and then just recently for my sister, and that's the one that sort of had the most impact because I was her maid of honor. I had just done this movie and was sort of, you know, I was giving my all to the part and trying to understand where Jane was coming from, but hadn't really had the experience myself. And then after my sister's wedding, I completely understood her on a new level. It's a lot of pressure because the idea behind being a maid of honor or a bridesmaid is that you're sort of shouldering the burden for the bride, that it should be the most perfect day it can be for her. So that's a lot of responsibility.
It must be so hard to watch your younger sister get married before you.
Yes, it is. But then I remember that I still get to have hot hate sex with random strangers, and I feel so much better.
I think Jane, her thing is that she's afraid of people not liking her, and you can't really constantly do and say everything in order for everybody to like you. It's impossible. And it's such an unsatisfying way to live because you're kind of couching who you really are all the time and not being real. I don't know, I think it's the sort of attribute in people that I appreciate the most is just honesty. Not malicious or hurtful honesty, but just tell me how you really feel, tell me what you really think, you know?
Please don't pretend that you give a
When Harry Met Sally was like, you know, I think the one that all the others should be compared to. And this movie's a lot like that in a lot of ways. So, but there were scenes that, you know, require us to be drunk and singing on bars and things like that. So I'd worked with Ann Fletcher on Hairspray. She was the choreographer on Hairspray. And, you know, she encouraged us to sort of have fun with the scenes.
Did you know the words to Benny and the Jest?
No, I did not. That is the truth.
Oh, and the wind and the waterfall. Oh, baby, she's a renegade. She's got electric boots. And low hair shoes. You know I read it in a magazine.
Well, what was unfortunate about that particular scene is Jimmy can sing and well, and I thought that was a really unfair advantage and that he should try very hard to sound bad so that I didn't sound like the worst person in the room. But Benny and the Jets, you know, you kind of don't have to sing that great, because who can hit those notes?
This whole cynical thing is just an act so that you can seem wounded and mysterious and sexy.
Whoa, what was that last one?
What?
Did you say sexy?
Some of the things Jane does and says are ridiculous, but it's meant to be funny. It's a comedy, and sometimes you have to exaggerate things in order to find the funny in it.
That scene of you trying on all the dresses, I mean, just so funny.
That I just had to go for, be as ridiculous as possible. There was no way to be cool in that moment. Those were lame dresses.
What the hell is that?
Theme wedding.
What was the theme? Humiliation?
These kind of movies, they sort of live or die by the relationship the 2 lead actors have, and so we really got along, and she's got a really sharp sense of humor.
Love is patient, love is kind. Love means slowly losing your mind.
What is it you do again?
I'm a writer.
Right.
Katherine is one of the funniest women I've ever met. Malin also very funny, but our director, Ann Fletcher, even funnier than the 2 of them. Throw Judy into the mix, and you've got a lot of funny women on set. So me and Jimmy would just kind of hang back and, you know, watch the 4 of them do their thing. This was a great time, this movie.
George appreciates me for the way I am.
What good is it being appreciated if no one is naked?
I don't think she's at all like... It's funny, I'm thinking about Knocked Up or even Grey's Anatomy. I don't think she's never played the part where you can see her true personality come through. And when she does, that should be something to watch.